We are set to go. Southside and Melbourne go at it again. And it'll be the Boomers with first possession through Mia Murray.
You can see Wally's definitely wanting to slow down the pace of the game. That'll definitely play into Melbourne's advantage.
George gets rid of Rochi and finishes. First points, Melbourne. Mitchell comes up with the O-board, keeps it alive for Melbourne. George will go herself. Early touch, early basket for Kayla. Good start here for Melbourne.
They just look a little sped up and a tiny bit out of sync on the offensive end. They need that first basket to go down.
And a good settler now marked for Christy Wallace and Kayla George. An early basket for both.
Unfortunately for them, ended up in a foul call.
George versus Blitzarves, two great friends. Played with and against each other for a very long time. Here's Mitchell. Now off to Conti. Long steps through a bit of traffic to Cole. They need it, and she delivers it. Huge basket for the Flyers. Mitchell and Wallace, will they combine? Christie was looking for Tiff. Will go there now. She's got Conti to deal with. And deal with it she does. They trail by 6. Midway through the opening term, it's already been an eventful one. Davidson! And when Panina's shooting them from long range. A little low 5 there between Rochi and Wallace. George, Davidson, Christie wraps around, gets to a spot she likes.
But that's okay, because as long as she's staying aggressive, they're going to have to keep guarding her, and that creates space for other players.
Rochi, Blitzarves is good. George to Wallace, back to Kayla, wrap around pass. Panina, difficult shot, and she makes it.
You've got to be able to hold your nerve and be able to manage the scoreline a little bit. They've done their best on the offensive side of the floor when they've executed within the half court, the Flyers.
George for 3. What a start here from Melbourne. Back to Wallace. They take a bit of time, get it through some hands. Mitchell spins, feeds Davidson, and Panina's got 7 points.
I think getting Beck Cole on the move and then into some driving or pick and roll action can be tough to deal with.
Beautiful finish from Poch. Away comes Cole. Leilani Mitchell into the game now for Melbourne. Cole pulls up, it's short, front iron. Ernst there to put it back in.
That's that veteran IQ, quick hands, being able to stop that play.
Deep 3 from Kayla, and she was walking before it even hit the rim. Points. Kelsey Griffin, Mark Alabakov, your thoughts?
Well, I think it's been a bit of a disrupted start.
Blitzarves 1 of 5 from the field because there are a lot of individual efforts right now. The ball's not moving and executing together.
Wallace hits the floor, keeps the ball, feeds it through to Leilani Mitchell. To Tiff Mitchell. Back to Leilani. Inside to Davidson. Over the top to George. That is beautiful ball movement from Melbourne. They've built their game around defence and rebounding. That's been their focus and what they did so well in game 1. Bishop, Blitzarves for 3 to get something going for the Flyers.
Shot with her feet set, and we know she's such a great shooter with her feet set.
So Mitchell versus Rochi, beautiful screen from George. Frees up Leilani and she makes the bucket.
An isolation play. They've been able to get high quality shots from execution with the ball moving side to side.
Christy Wallace up to 7 points.
And I think that was actually an offensive screen. I don't even know if it's actually a turnover.
George. Mitchell spins through Rochi and finishes. Tiff Mitchell up to 7 points.
And she gave her the too small.
Rochi to Conti. Mon to respond. They needed it. And down from Rochi to Bishop. Cole, plenty of time to set up. Find her range and gets it. Gets the kindly bounce off the front iron.
Said, what play are we running? So he trusts her with their play calls and what she needs to do offensively for him.
Bishop, lovely find inside to Cole. Southside looking to get something going here. Good child over the top. George versus Bishop. George puts it on the floor. Spins, shoots, and scores. Kayla George up to 20 points.
Bring some energy on the offensive glass to keep possession alive or at least stem the transition back the other way.
Rochi off the glass, banks it in.
I'm okay with them needing to make those kind of shots in order to get back in this game.
Davidson harassed out of it. Away comes Rochi. Southside with a bit of energy here. Maddie goes herself. Everything but the shot. Doesn't quite drop. Rochi. Get the feeling Maddie Rochi's ready to make an impact on this game. And Pinot comes up with some points. Tonight, that shot from George doesn't drop. And away scurry Southside again. We talked about their love of speed. And they see it there once again. As Chris Lucas was saying in his timeout, you've got to flood back. It's on Southside's terms.
It really is, and you can see an increase in ball pressure. A great take by Christy Wallace.
Starting to look like a really dangerous margin. They trailed by 24. It's back to a manageable margin at half-time. A lot of the damage was done. Final shot. Wallace to finish. Oh, yes! Christy Wallace makes a statement. Maddie Rocci's not happy. Wallace. Nelson Adoda. Through to Mitchell. And one. Tiff goes thundering into the crowd.
And I mean, Kelsey alluded to it in the first half. It allows you the flexibility to play Wally as a scorer, so she can come off actions and get to the rim.
To Cole. Rocci versus Wallace inside to Blitzarves for two. Nice. Sarah's been up until then, the Boomers had really controlled the tempo, done it well, had it on their terms. Wallace. Nelson Adoda pops it over the top for George. Tough shot, and Kayla makes it.
Like, everyone knows that's what Kayla's going to do, and she can still do it and still make it.
Kayla Thornton's been such a great matchup defensively for Kayla George. She's not out there tonight.
You'd just like to see a bit more of an offensive rebounding presence for the Flyers to keep the ball alive, try and get some extra possession.
There's that mid-range jumper that Wallace likes so much. Shoot a Bishop. Cole sets up for three herself and makes it.
Bet Cole with her feet set.
George versus Blitzarves. The fence from Sarah was enough to pressure the shot. And away comes Rocci for speed again. Cole. Two more for Beck.
A collapsing touch, feet in the paint.
Dominated points in the paint in the first half. It's currently 24-16 Boomers, and this time Nelson Adoda does get to the rack.
To try and beat Abby Bishop off the dribble.
Well done, Nelson Adoda. Quick heads-up play. Wallace gets to the stripe. Gets the bounce. And a foul. To Mitchell. Runs into some trouble. It's picked off by Rocci. He's got Cole to the outside. Hesitates, goes herself and finishes. Lovely from Maddie Rocci. Rocci to Potch, back to Maddie. Good screen from Bishop on Wallace. Allowing Maddie to get to the rack and one.
And that was really good from Rocci. She got Wally out of the offense, and she was able to get her to shoot a contested dribble jump shot.
Abby pulls up for three. That's huge. They're back within single digits for the first time in a long time, and here come the Flyers. Now George loses the handle but finds Davidson. Mitchell's shot won't go. Panina again, scraps and finishes.
24 and just make sure you lock up possession.
There's Panina again. What a game she's playing. Up to 13 points. Panina Davidson having a huge influence. Can't finish, and here comes Maddie Rocci. Swoops on the loose one. She's got Wallace setting up to defend. Will swing it wide for Blitzarves. Big play for Southside.
Great recognition.
Chews up some clock. Wants to work on Conti. Shot clock to 4. Goes herself. And draws another foul.
And there's been very few defensive breakdowns.
Conti versus Leilani Mitchell. Now she'll take on George. Tough shot for Mon, and she makes it. Classy finish. Loses the handle, but then gets it back. Kayla loses it again. Regains it. Mitchell. George from the corner. Not how they drew it up, but 3 points just the same.
Themselves the opportunity to win this game by winning every possession.
Murray stripped. Good hands here from Blitzarves into the open court. Has got Potch or can go herself. In the end, Potch should finish, doesn't, and does eventually. Big high rebound, and it spills to Wallace, who looks to split the traffic. Well done, Conti. Picked her pocket. Superb from Mon. To Potch. The youngster drains it. What can they learn in these last 6 minutes, the Flyers? Can they stumble across something that works for them? Mitchell inside, adds another 2. 4 fouls on Cole. 4 fouls on Rocci. Wallace drains the 3. What a response it's been from Christy.
Go out and respond the way that we all knew she could.
To George. Here's Wallace. Gets it done under the hoop, does she? No, Adoda comes in to help, and Olivia lays in 2 more. Nelson Adoda on 4 fouls. Happy to leave that one go, and Conti comes away. Over the top to Pinot. Georgia lays in a couple. Just one over the top for Ernst. Got herself in an early foul trouble tonight. 2 plans, one for Kayla Thornton being there and one without her there. Brown, Mitchell, Ortlep. Taylor goes herself, nice finish. Pops it over the top. Pinot. Carly from long range has made a career of that. Final 10 seconds. What a performance from the reigning champions. They are still alive. The Melbourne Boomers defy the odds to take Game 2 and send this semi-final series to a Game 3 decider Wednesday night at SBC. Melbourne 96, Southside 77.